Every single year it feels like sneaker companies and brands are releasing more and more sneakers, and it's getting really hard to keep track of all of them. A lot of really good releases go under the radar. We don't even realize they come out until it's too late and they're no longer available in store to buy, and sometimes you might even have to pay resale for some of them. So in today's video we're going to be covering my top 10 underrated sneaker pickups of 2018. And by the way, yesterday I actually uploaded my top 10 underrated sneakers for 2019 this year, so check that out. I'll leave a link down below. And we are running a giveaway for a pair of Yeezys. If I can find them. Where are they? I don't know. There they are. Okay, found them. We're giving away a pair of the static Yeezy Boost 350 V2s. To enter the giveaway for this, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, hit that red button down below, smash that thumbs up button as well, and of course comment answering the common question of the day, which I'll mention at some point in today's video. So stick around to the very end if you guys want a chance at some free Yeezys, and you can get more entries by checking out any of my other top 10 videos I release during the next 2 weeks. So if you also want a pair of Roshis, not as hyped as Zebras, but if you want a pair of Roshis, these are size 13. Check out my other channel, SneakerTalk 365. I'll leave it linked down below, and these statics are size 10. With that said, we have 10 shoes to get through. Let's get into it. Now, narrowing down this list for my top 10 underrated pickups was really hard, considering how many sneakers I get in a year, and some of the stuff you might disagree with, and that is totally fine. And some of the stuff you might agree with and be like, yeah, that was definitely an underrated sneaker. So there's going to be some hyped releases, but there's going to be justification. So there's going to be different reasons as to why these shoes are in my list. And yeah, hopefully no one gets triggered, and let's get into it. So starting off at number 10, we have, I know a lot of people might want to click off this video right after seeing this first shoe. I'm sorry, it's just the way it has to be. They are the Off-White Zoom Fly Mercurials by Nike. Yes, Off-White shoes on the list, but to be fair, this is probably one of the most underrated sneakers from the Off-White collection that Nike and Virgil teamed up with. This shoe definitely doesn't have as high resale value as the Jordan 1s, the Prestos, the Air Max 90s, the Air Force 1s. I think resale value is actually relatively low for this sneaker when it's considered to be a limited and hyped up shoe in that regard. But with that said, it's not a shoe a lot of people think of when they think of the Off-White Nike sneakers. If you're a fan of Nike soccer or Nike football and you're a fan of Off-White, this shoe might be on your radar, but for the most part this is a sneaker a lot of hypebeasts didn't even care about. So if you really like Zoom Flies, Mercurials, stuff like this is a shoe that definitely spoke to you. But with that said, I don't even think that the pink colorway had resale value. This was definitely a flop in terms of resale for all you hypebeasts and resellers out there, but it's still a really good shoe overall. So that's why it's on my list. As a soccer player, I have a lot of love for this shoe, and it's Off-White. Some people are gonna hate me. That's just the way it has to be. Anyways, let's get on to sneaker number 9. Coming in at number 9 is a pair of sneakers I actually bought in Japan early, and this is also a shoe that would typically have a lot of eyeballs on it. However, this is a shoe that I feel like no one really talked about, and the release, when people think of these brands coming together, this isn't necessarily the first shoe that comes to mind either, similar to the Off-White Mercurial. So my number 9 shoe are the Converse Comme des Garcons olive colorway with the red hearts on the side. Now when people think of CG Converse, they think of the beige and the black, and they don't think of this olive colorway. This is actually a release I bought in May in Japan. These released early in Japan, and then they released worldwide a couple months later, and I was lucky enough to buy this as the last pair of shoes in that pop-up store at the time, and this was in my size. So it was like, yo, it's fate. I love those moments, and I'm sure some of you guys love those moments too. So yeah, olive Comme des Garcons, Chuck Taylors, definitely not a hyped release compared to the other Comme des Garcons sneakers. When I wear these sneakers, I get a lot of questions about them because they weren't really accessible for a lot of people. They didn't release in a lot of major markets, and yeah, most people are just so used to seeing the other colorways. So when you see this, you're like, damn, that's actually pretty dope. So yeah, let's get on to sneaker number 8. Number 8, we have the Vans Skate High Calligraphy Pack, Typography Pack. This is the black and red colorway. I absolutely love these sneakers. I'm surprised these did not sell out or sell out as fast as I thought they would. These are really clean. I like the fact that you can pretty much wear them with any outfit just because it is such a simple colorway. If you're a fan of the Bread Ones, if you're a fan of Vans Skate Highs, this shoe is an absolute no-brainer. And if you're a weeb like me, me who loves anything Japanese culture related, these Vans definitely speak to you on some spiritual level. So Vans Skate High, that is my number 8 pickup, at least this Japanese calligraphy pack. This was really, really clean, and I don't think it got enough appreciation. And just a heads up, I think a lot of my reasoning for these sneakers being on the list is they're just underappreciated, so I think that falls in with underrated. There could be some hype around them, but they were still underappreciated. I hope you guys understand what I mean. Lucky number 7, we have the Puma RS-0. The Puma RS-0 is a brand new model for Puma to release in 2018. This is the OG colorway, and this is definitely a sneaker I feel like a lot of sneakerheads slept on, but if you're just like a general consumer not too into sneakers, I feel like you might own a pair of these. These are really clean, definitely underrated in my opinion, and the fact that you can get them for like half price, 50 or 60 Canadian, like the fact that you can find these in really good colorways that are not just too crazy to wear for daily wear for the low, definitely attributes to it being on my top 10 list. So the Puma RS-0, definitely underappreciated in the sneakerhead realm community, but I actually really love these things. And I was gonna put the Sonic the Hedgehog collaboration on the list, but I felt like the OG colorway deserved to be on the spot. So let's get on to number 6. Coming in at number 6 is another Puma collaboration. This time it's on the RS-100. It's also the first time in I think 2 decades that they brought back this shoe, and this RS-100 is in collaboration with Roland. If you guys don't know what Roland is, it's basically a music equipment company, and the box is so ridiculously cool. It's like an actual, I'm not even sure what to call it, but check out the box for this release. Very different, and it's really a collector's piece if you're a musician, if you're a tech nerd, if you're a gear nerd, if you love audio engineering. The Roland was definitely a cool sneaker, and not only is the concept really cool, but I just love the variety of materials that they used on the upper of the shoe. The color scheme is something that's different. It's really, you know, so it's a nice change of pace. It's a breath of fresh air. That's what I really like about this shoe. So Puma RS-100 collaboration with Roland. With that said, let's get on to sneaker number 5. On to number 5, it is one of 2 Air Jordans on this list. Now, if I made this video like 4 or 5 years ago, there would never be an Air Jordan on it because Jordans were selling out every single weekend. Like every weekend there was a lineup at Foot Locker, a lineup at Champs, and now it's not the case. And this is a shoe I think was heavily slept on. I was able to buy it after the release, like a couple days after, and I was super stoked to find them in my size. So this is my number 5 slot, the Rookie of the Year Air Jordan 1. I love this brown caramel kind of color scheme, really nice quality leather on the side here as well. I like the fact that the tabs right here you can pull, shows a little message, little Rookie of the Year performance stats, and yeah, besides that, it's just really clean. If you're a fan of the off-white stuff too with the deconstructed, I think the flaps definitely speak to you as well. And if you're a fan of the Cactus Jack ones and you take an L on those, then I think the Rookie of the Year is a sneaker you should check out. So overall, really clean Air Jordan 1, especially considering it's not a OG colorway release. Like this is a color scheme we're not used to seeing on ones, this wheat colorway, and they did a really good job on it. So shout out to Jordan Brand for nailing it on this release. Let's get on to sneaker number 4. Coming in at sneaker number 4, we have 2 shoes, and both of these shoes are the same model but different colorway. This is a Puma collaboration. I know there's a lot of Puma collaborations on this list, but I feel like Puma is playing catch up in comparison to Nike and Adidas, and Puma knows that, so they're collaborating with so many great brands and they're getting a lot of eyeballs on them that necessarily wouldn't have been on them. Like Puma's doing collaborations that Nike and Adidas, I feel like they should have done a long time ago, but they didn't. So Puma's really killing it in the collaboration game. So with that said, this collaboration I think was perfect. Like this was a bread and butter collaboration. And number 4 are the Puma Suede MCM collabs. We have the white colorway right here, and Puma actually sent this pair over to me, so thank you Puma for sending these over. These are really clean. I love these a lot. I wore them in California earlier this year and they got a lot of wear out of them, and the these, the OG colorway. The OG colorway, I did a trade for these at Soul Exchange, and by the way, if you are in Toronto, this is not an advertisement for them, but they are doing another sneaker convention in March, the March Break Lace Up, so I will hopefully see you guys there at the Soul Exchange event in March. With that said, Puma Suede MCM collaboration number 4, that is the choice for this list. Let's get on to number 3. Coming in at number 3, and then we're gonna get to the common question of the day for the Yeezy giveaway. Sneaker number 3 is a tech wear hidden gem. Now, the Puma Suede model typically doesn't get that tech wear aesthetic, but they collabed with The Weeknd for the Puma XO line, and they created a tech wear high top Puma Suede. Now these are clean. I'm a huge fan of tech wear. I know tech wear really took off in 2018. A lot more people are getting into it. There's definitely a lot more affordable brands coming out too as well, because tech wear was typically known as being one of the most expensive styles you could get into, but now there's like a lot of like middle tier streetwear brands that you can get some cool stuff for on Instagram. But yeah, tech wear, Puma Suede, Puma XOs right here. Love these. I haven't worn them enough. They're really underrated. Not too many people know about these. Quality is really good on them. Gum bottoms, black suede, got the buckles here, and yeah, really clean. When I've worn these twice, I got questions about these both times, so yeah, that proves that they're definitely a low-key underrated shoe. Now, let's get to the comment question of the day for the Yeezy static giveaway. So if you guys want these, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on, hit that red button, like the video with that thumbs up button down there as well, and comment down below your top 2 underrated sneakers of 2018 and your favorite sneaker from my list. So give me your top 2 underrated sneakers from 2018 and your number 1 from my list. And of course, feel free to include your Instagram username. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at SneakerTalkCA. Now, let's get to number 2. Number 2. This will also be a very controversial, I think, pick in my opinion, considering we had off-whites in the number 10 slot. This is an unpredictable top 10 underrated list. So, number 2 are the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Sesames. The Sesames. These joints right here, they did not sell out right away. These actually sat on shelves for more than a week, at least in Canada. I think these sat in Canada for like 2 weeks, so if you really wanted a pair, you could go out and buy them. But this is my pair right here, and they're just, I understand why not everybody was picking these up like crazy, and that's because it's an expensive sneaker that released around Black Friday when you're looking to buy cheap stuff, and then it's also like, it's such a simple shoe. Like, you can get so many other shoes that can sort of give off this vibe, give off this look. You can get Adidas Tubular Shadows, you can get some different NMDs. There's so many other releases, like way better ways to spend your money. But at the same time, these are fire. Sesame Yeezy Boost 350 V2s, huge fan of these, and I think they're probably one of the best colorways to release from the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 lineup. They're just releasing so many. I think I heard somewhere that Adidas dropped 12 pairs of Yeezy 350s last year. Holy cow. They need to make a V3. Please, you're beating a dead horse. Please, Adidas, stop. No more V2s. Let's do a V3. Come on now. And now we are on to the final number 1 spot. They are the Air Jordan 3 JTH Bio Beige. These sneakers right here ended up going on sale. These were supposed to be limited, but this collaboration with, you know, Tinker Hatfield, Justin Timberlake, and Jordan Brand, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. This sneaker right here went on sale at the Jordan store in Toronto for like $80 under retail. That's crazy. I paid full retail for these shoes online as soon as I could, and then I ended up filming the review, and I took so long to get the review up. I got like negative views, like it hurt the channel. So yeah, but this is such a clean, like let's bring this bad boy up close to the camera. The Jordan 3 Bio Beige JTH, amazing shoe. Not an original Air Jordan color scheme. I really like this suede they use. I really like the reflective swoosh on the side, the black on the booty right there is really clean with the Nike Air Pop orange tongue, and it's just a really clean Air Jordan. Now I understand why most people would not like the shoe. It's not your typical Air Jordan 3. This is so different compared to the others that it's like a wild card. Like, what the heck? Like, this is a kind of shoe you would expect to be like a family and friends only kind of release, but they brought it out, and yeah, it sat for a while, especially in Toronto. So there you guys go. That is my list for the top 10 underrated sneakers of 2018. If you guys like this video, of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And later tonight, I will be dropping a fake bargaining video in the Philippines vlog. So if you guys want to see me look for some fake sneakers, do some bargaining, try and get some good stuff for the low, hit that red button down below. Binge watch my Philippine vlogs if you guys are into, you know, sneakers, travel, fashion, and real stuff. Check out my Japan playlist and binge watch those videos. With that said, hope you guys have an amazing day. Use code SneakerTalk on dfacestreetwear.com for 20% off, and I'll catch you guys in the next oh man. Whew. All right, catch you guys next time. Peace out.